So, in 1997, I went diving. How exciting!
Scuba diving.
Yes. So I didn't want to actually.
You didn't want to go
I
diving?
didn't want to, but I was with all my friends in the island of Mallorca in Spain, and everybody wanted to dive. So come on, Victoria, why would you not do it? No, thank you very much. Since I was small, I was very reserved with water. I had a certain feeling, like if I was anticipating that something could happen. So I didn't want to, but imagine, group pressure, peer pressure, everybody like, hey, you have to do it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I went into it, and my equipment was not my right size. So everything was moving too much. Everything was like just not easy to work with.
And nowadays you have weight belts on, and you have either weights or sand or pellets to weigh you down, but you didn't have weight belts down,
Actually,
did you?
I did, and that's what what made it a problem. I couldn't go to the surface.
So in something that I read, it said you had chains on.
I did, yes, exactly. I had chains on. So what happened is everything was so big. My vest was very big, so it was inflated, and I wasn't able to go down. I was just floating, so I couldn't scuba dive.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, they said, we have a solution. We're going to put you all these chains in your waist, and then you will be able to go down. Okay, well, I was so depressed at that time that I didn't have the strength to stand for myself and say, I just don't want to do it.
And no symbolism there, right? I'm wearing a bunch of chains as I'm going, and I'm drawing me down to the bottom.
Wow, I never thought about that. Thank
You're
you for
kidding
bringing.
me.
I know, I'm totally serious. Seriously, Greg, I never thought about that. Okay, so thank you for bringing that clarity. It's very symbolic, as you said. I didn't realize about that. So yeah, they put this around my waist, and I was supposed to be taken care of by somebody that was learning to be an instructor, but he was very entertained looking for things on the bottom.
It's easy to get distracted, though.
Yeah, but when you have somebody's life in your hands, I think it's important to make sure to honor that.
I suppose.
I don't know, just in case they die. So that was what happened. They were entertained, they weren't present, and I realized that when I was breathing through my equipment, water was coming instead of air or oxygen. So it was water. So it's like, I'm sure it's just that I'm freaking out or something, so I'm going to take it easy and I'm going to try again. So I did it again, and the same happened. So I spit the water as I could come up, but it wasn't easy to stay up with all those chains in my waist. So finally I freaked out. I said, I'm getting my wish granted. I'm going to die.
So you at that point actually felt like, okay, I'm resigning myself to this? Is that what was going on?
Actually not. Actually, that was the reassurance I needed to say, no way. I want my life, I want to survive. I don't want to die here. I'm going to do everything that it takes to survive this. So at that point I said, I'm going to put all my energy, even the last minute of breath, to go to the coast and survive. And I lost consciousness.
Okay.
It's not that funny.
Well, the funny part is, hey, I've decided I'm going to live. See ya, bunk.
Well, and look what happened, Greg. Still my body continued. So I actually, what I am told, because I wasn't aware, my body reached the rocks, climbed, and they said that when I got to the top, I fell back into the ocean. So that's what they told me, and that's why they were able to rescue me later, because if I was in the middle of the ocean, most likely I would not survive. So I was lucky enough that that determination of going toward the coast took me close enough so that somebody could help me.
So what I heard you say was you were unconscious and your body was still operating.
Or at least that's how I felt. It might have been that my memory, I'm not very familiar with the brain function, so it might have been something like it erase or delete, or I forgot in some way. But I don't remember anything. I decided I'm going to survive or I'm going to do everything I can, and then blank.
And why? Why survive? Why ask for that after so many years of asking to die?
Right? Right? I don't know. I think that in part is because I realized how precious this opportunity was. And only when it was going to be taken away from me, I decided I cannot let it go. I cannot just end everything here. I have so many things that I would like to do, people I want to talk with, things that I want to resolve. So at that point, I realized the value of my life.
And you regret your decision to leave?
Never. Oh my goodness. Never.
The reason I'm asking is because there are people out there, and perhaps somebody listening right now, that's considering ending their own lives.
Okay.
And that you had a unique opportunity after begging to have your life ended for so long. You had your wish granted, and then was able to come back.
Yeah, of course. Right now, for me, my whole life changed, and I realized the precious gift that life is. So at this point, even if things get really tough, because they do, that's life, right? So even if they get really tough, I understand that there is always something to learn from it. And normally when something bad happens, I don't get down as much. It is more about, oh my goodness, the blessing is at the end of the tunnel. Let's run to the end of the tunnel, resolve this. It gave me so much clarity and realized, I have this gift and I want to make it count for others as well. I was fully in my own story, my own drama. And it's not that I healed from, from one day to another. It was a long journey. I'm still working on how can I be more conscious. And that's part of the idea of herald of truth. I feel that through life, we are hypnotized in many things. So when something like this happens, that is like your life is at stake, then is when we truly get off of that hypnosis and have that opportunity of really see things for what they are.
Beautiful. We're here with Victoria Vives. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more Inner Journey with Greg Friedman right after this.